Hey guys, it's Cauliflower. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something a little bit different when it comes to kind of reviewing, or actually this is more like a first impression. This is the James Charles Artistry palettes, but I'm kind of taking a different view on this because I know there's tons of videos out there that are talking about swatches and formulas and things like that, but I'm coming from an older person's point of view, and I want to see if this young man who has made this palette with Morphe, I want to see if it can work for us 40 plus gals. So basically that's where my first impressions are coming from. I'm going to be using this palette today for the first time ever since I bought it, and I've had it now for about 2 weeks. So yeah, we're gonna just get into it. I know there's a ton of people that have already done this. This is what the palette looks like. It is absolutely stunning if you haven't seen it before. This is a collaboration with Morphe, and James Charles really did the thing here. I think the whole premise behind it was to dive into the artistry of makeup, you know, for actual makeup artists. But the rest of us that are fans of Morphe or fans of James Charles, you know, some of us don't have makeup background. Suggestion in his video, he said not to use a concealer on your eyes because you won't get the best color payoff, that you should use something like a MAC Painterly pot. But unfortunately, I don't have MAC Painterly's pot, but I do have Catrice's Camouflage Cream Wake Up Effect, which is a really good dupe for the MAC Painterly pot. If you don't have that kind of a product, you can always go with this one. This is like $4 or $5 at Ulta. So I'm just going to do a little bit on my eyes. This can get very, very, very opaque, and in fact you could wear this by itself, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to put it all over my lids, and of course I got some in the inner corner because, you know, I'm good for that, but it's all right. We could put some on the bottom as well. The rest of my face is already made up. I did that off camera, of course. I have Too Faced Born This Way on. I have what do you call it? I have Physicians Formula powder. I have NYX blush. So I have my entire face all made up already. So I think this is good enough as far as just like a base primer to start with this wonderful thing. Okay, so I know there's a lot of controversy on certain colors in this palette. So I actually honestly want to go for the yellows. I really do. I want to do something with B and something with Tune. I'm actually going to start Tune all over my eyelid. So we're just going to go in. I'm just going to go in with the Tune right here, and it picks up very nicely on the brush. So we're just going to start out with that very lightly and see how that goes. This is just going to be a base. I don't know why. I just want to do something a little bit brighter than what a lot of people have been doing. I know a lot of people have been doing the pinks, the purples, that kind of thing. I just want to go in for the yellows. I'm going back in a few times just to kind of lay down the base of this color because it's very, very light, but I'm liking it right off the bat. It's very blendable. Okay, so I'm gonna go switch into a deeper color. I think I'm gonna go into, of course, the names on this. You have to keep the little plastic paper above it. So I think this one is 518, this one right here. I think that's James's area code, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm gonna go in with that right above here, right there. Oh, see, I like that. That's really bright and pretty. And that blends like a dream. I'm not even having to try. Honestly, I am not even having to try. And this is like just a touch of the product, and you get a lot of product on here. So I think it all stems into how you approach a palette. I don't really believe sometimes that it's, you know, lack of formula or the fact that I'm going to say probably something really controversial here, but a lot of people talk about, you know, the formula or the fact that they're pressed pigments and that kind of a thing. And of course, it's very easy nowadays to go on YouTube and to look up, you know, how to do certain things. So I don't know why people make a big thing out of, you know, a palette. It's all in how you approach the palette. I've had the same experience with the Subculture palette that everybody talked about and everybody said how bad it was and how there was so much fallout and things like that. But honestly, it's the way you approach the palette. If you're going to approach the palette like a demon, if you're going to go in there and like with your brush, you know, of course it's going to do that. I don't know, maybe I'm just being kind of like more keenly optimistic, but in a more of a jaded sort of way. But for me, I just like, I go into a palette, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you know right away. This right away is doing a really phenomenal job. So now I want to go into B, and I know B is a pressed pigment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this flat brush, and I use the Catrice Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fix and Spray, which is very much like the MAC Prep Spray. So I'm just going to do that twice. And then I'm going to go into B, which is a very bright yellow, which I'm aware. And I'm going to go right on the, look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my God, that is so pretty. And I told you, I really want to have a bright look. This is absolutely stunning. This is absolutely stunning. And I know a lot of us in our 40s are afraid of color, and I don't know why. There is really no necessity to be. Like this, really just, I love it. I'm absolutely loving this. It's absolutely just going on like a dream. The color you see on the brush, the color that is in this pan is what is on my eyes. You don't get that, okay? That is just something that does not happen in a lot of palettes. A little bit. I'm really just going for like a sunrise type of like, you know, just a harvest sunrise. I know it's like near Christmas and all that stuff, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling that vibe right now. Okay, so I'm gonna go in now with this color right here. Unfortunately, I took the plastic off and I don't know what happened to it, but I'm going to go in a little bit here and kind of just go on the outer corner with it and just kind of blend that in to the other two colors. See, I don't ever take a chance with colors. I mean, I used to, when I first started my channel, I used to do more of the like blues and like the greens. And then, you know, I fell into the neutral place where everybody else falls into, you know, just the mauves, the golds, the coppers, all that kind of stuff. And it gets tiresome after a while. You get to the point where you're like, okay, all right, how many more times can I make the same look? And I really respect the fact that James was looking at this as an entirely different place to go. So if you are into neutrals, you have the neutrals. If you're into colors, you have the bright, bold colors. If you're into the warm, you have it, and you have the cool tones. And I love the cool tones in here because they're so much more vibrant than most cool tone palettes I have seen. And I've had a few from Stila that are, you know, decent, but they always looked mucky and muddy, and this just doesn't. It's like, gives you the chance to really make your eyes pop. So I really appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to go in with the color next to it now to kind of deepen it up a little bit, just over here in the corner. Just deepen it up just a little bit because I have that bright, bright yellow, and I want to make it just a little bit less of a crazy summer looking look as I'm going for here. See, I'm barely touching my eyes with these brushes, and they are just blending this eyeshadow like a dream. Like I can't even right now. I am so excited, honestly. Like I kind of was skeptical because again, I'm older and we're not really, you know, most of the time we just want to go in, put in a couple of browns and a couple of mauves and be done. I don't. I'm more of like, I have like the blood of a teenager. I think I have the whole essence of a teenager. Like I think in my head sometimes I'm a teenager, even though I'm in my 40s. But you know what? That's okay too, because that's why there are things out there like this. And I think Jeffree Star does the same thing. I think he kind of gears it towards anybody that wants to take those chances. And I think everybody should look at things more positively instead of negatively all the time as far as makeup is concerned. Just think about what went into this. Just think about, you know, the thought process that went into it. And that's coming from me, and I'm very skeptical about things like this. Okay, I I kind of want to give it a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is go in with this really pretty coral color next door. I know I'm going for all the summer colors. I don't care. I really do not care. I'm going to go in and kind of like blend it over here in my inner corner. Just in the inner and right to the middle. Like that. See, I'm loving this. Absolutely loving this right now. And like I said, barely touching my brush. Like normally I have to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I'm not having to do that. It is amazing. I'm also going to take this color and go underneath right here and kind of just blend it out under my waterline a little bit. I'm probably using the wrong brush for it, but I figured since I have it on the brush, I'll just kind of just use the rest of it. This is insanity. Insanity. I can't believe how I am just loving using this palette right now. Coming from an older chick. So James, you did the thing, my friend. You know, I am, you know, kind of critical with some of these people, these MUAs. I mean, maybe not with their ways of expressing themselves, I don't agree with, but the product I definitely do agree with. Okay, so I'm gonna also go back in with this pencil, this thinner like liner, kind of a brush. I can't even talk, I'm just still trying to figure out colors here. And I'm gonna go in with this color right here. This is such a pretty bright, like reddish coral color. I know. What are you doing, cauliflower? Why are you going for such bright colors in this time of year? 'Cause I can. That's why, 'cause I can. I can, and I'm going to. That's what I want to do. Oh my goodness. I honestly, I have got to shut up right now. I'm like what do the kids say, shook? Yes, I am definitely shook at the moment. So I want to do a really nice pop of color here. I want to do like a woo. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for this green. I know that it's like, I kind of want to do it. It's like a Grinch green in a way. So I kind of want to get in there with that. I'm going to go back in. No, not that one. Another flat brush. I'm going to use my Catrice again, so I can get some good color payoff with this beautiful, beautiful green that I really need to figure out the name of this color so I know what I'm using. I think this is, what are you? Social Blade. Oh, what a good name there. Social Blade. Okay. That is astounding. That is astounding. I'm going to go in my inner corner right here. Just lightly in my inner corner. Just to give it a little, I don't know, Grinch green kind of a thing. I know I'm pulling my eyelids back, but it kind of helps me here. There we go. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm loving this palette. Can you tell? I keep talking about it. I mean, yeah. On the inner corner right there. There we go. Now we can see it a little bit better. I didn't put as much product on the brush as I should have, but there we go. Yeah, definitely. Okay, to round it out, I think I'm gonna finish up with this beautiful color right there. Gonna do the same thing. Go back in with my Catrice Fix Plus. And I'm gonna go in with this beautiful, beautiful green, which has like a dark forest thing going on. I'm gonna go right there. Right there, right in the middle. That is just, oh, that is just beautiful. I don't know. It is just beautiful. Look at that. A little bit more just to kind of round it out. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm back. So I finished my look. I put on my mascara, which is from, I think this is Chiate. This is the Wonder Wand, which was in our, I think it was at Ipsy. And I finished up with some Bite Beauty. And I wanted to show you guys what this looked like without the ring light. So here it is on my eyelids, the colors. are just astounding. I'm just so amazed by this palette. Like I said, I think that he really went in and thought about just like a whole array of how people can do different types of looks, and it depends on what you're feeling. And I really get a sense from that. And I think that's what it means to have an artistry behind it, like whatever sense or whatever impulse or inspiration that you get, because I was not walking into this having a clear-cut feeling of what kind of a look I was going to do with this palette. I had no, real idea, and I just opened it up and looked at the colors, and it just inspired me. And I think that's basically what we need makeup to do, is just to inspire us and to make us feel better about ourselves, because I feel a lot better about myself than I did when I started this video. To be honest with you, it's been a crappy day for me, but I have to give it to James Charles. He really did the thing here. I'm gonna try and list below the colors I couldn't mention in the video because, of course, I dropped the plastic, and then, of course, my glasses. I can't really, I can't read while I'm trying to apply makeup. So anyway, but this, my first impressions of this is grade A+. I think it's an amazing palette. It has so much potential. It looks great. I had no issue trying to put it on. The Catrice worked amazing. You don't have to go and purchase a MAC Painterly pot. I think you could just get something like this that's inexpensive, and it'll work just as well. The colors are very vibrant. They look amazing together. I'm really happy with the look that I came up with. I know it's nothing like, Instagram worthy, but as far as an older, more mature perspectives for somebody that's not in their 20s and has like double those digits, I think he really did an amazing job. My first impression is an A+. So yeah, I definitely think that this is worth going out and purchasing. If you are in my age range, why not? Just go and do it, and you will have success with it. I definitely give that a thumbs up. So that is it for my first impressions of my James Charles Artistry palette from Morphe. If you guys have any other comments or you'd like to know more, just let me know down there. Hopefully you'll subscribe if you haven't subscribed before, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.